Hi, y'all. Welcome to Spirit Mail. I'm Cheryl, and this is Daily Mail episode 33. And this is little baby me, right? So, today we're going to talk about Ho'oponopono, however you say it. I'm not the Ho'oponopono guru, but I'm going to share with you what I know about it. So, I am not the Ho'oponopono guru, please know that, but I am going to share what I know about it because I have used it and I have noticed instant change in my energy while using it. However, it is one of the topics that somebody did want me to speak about, and I even noticed it in some comments, and I hadn't even got yet back to the comments to start responding and stuff, but it reminded me that I did say I was going to share what I understand about it. So, this picture is going to come in a little bit later. But whenever I first was introduced to it, this is how I was introduced to it. I was listening to somebody speak, and I don't recall who it was. It was a lecture on YouTube, and they were talking about a Dr. Hugh Lin who went to work at this this place that housed criminally insane people, and he never saw one single patient, but managed to heal everyone in there, right? That what he did was he would take out their files and he would read their case history, and he would say, "I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, and thank you," over each one. And over a period of 4 years, they went from being high security, locked down kind of residents to being, we're making cookies and we're playing tennis and stuff like that, to they closed the ward down. So, and all the man did was look at the files. He never met face to face with one single patient, but he'd look at the files, he'd read, and what I later found out, listening to him speak, was that whatever energy raised up in him, the rage, the anger, the disgust, whatever it was that raised up in him, that's what he was clearing or cleaning. And whenever he felt that, he would say to it, "I'm sorry, I love you, forgive me, and thank you." So it's about transmuting energy, right? So whenever I first heard about it, that's kind of the story that I heard about him clearing out this hospital just by doing this, and the power of those words and how it does transmute energy. So I started doing it. Whenever I would get upset about something, I would say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I love you, please forgive me, and thank you." Not necessarily knowing exactly what I was doing, but I noticed that after a few, and I think I even said on here that whenever I would do it, I would originally say it to the person or the situation, but then I felt like it turned somehow or another, as I continued to say it, it turned toward myself, where I was apologizing to myself for allowing that into my space in one way or another. So, because that's the extent of what I know about Ho'oponopono, and we're at 3 minutes, I thought, let me listen to some more information on it and see if I can put together an actual talk. So today I listened to 3 different people talk about it. One was Kate Malzak. I should have written it down. The other one is Joe Vitale, and then Dr. Hugh Lin himself. I listened to him speak about it also. So with listening to Kate was very refreshing, and I actually, whenever I listened to her, I remembered that I had actually listened to her before. And she said, whenever you practice Ho'oponopono, it's not about feeling the feels of it. It's not about feeling sorry and feeling like you want forgiveness and feeling the love. It's just like pressing a delete key. It's just simply, whenever we were kids, or even in relationships, there was a time whenever safe words were real important, right? If we get into this, if we get real, like if we get into an argument or whatever, and things are starting to get to escalate, there's a safe word. Say cherry blossom or something to call a timeout, to say that's enough without having to say, look, that's enough, because that's just like continuing the argument. But you say cherry blossom, okay, we're out. We have to stop this. We both agree at that time to stop it. So the way Kate explains it with the delete button, Ho'oponopono, is you don't have to have any kind of feelings about it. It's like just pressing the delete button. It's like it's erasing a program from your mind, because the whole theory behind this, from what I'm understanding, is where we take 100% responsibility for our lives. So, and it made me think about the Magician card, because I know a lot of people get excited when they see the Magician card show up, right? Because it reminds us that we create our reality and that we can bring in things that we want to bring in. And I'm always the one who comes in and sprinkles the water on the party and says, but wait a minute, I'm the damper. There's another side to that story, that we are always creating what we see in our lives. What we have on the outside of our world is a reflection of what's in here. And so we are 100% responsible for the things that are in our circumstances, right? And that's what the whole theory is about Ho'oponopono, is that whenever we see something show up that causes us distress, we say, I love you, I'm sorry, forgive you, and thank you. It's kind of like pressing the delete button. Now, Kate actually only says thank you. And a little bit later, when I was listening to Dr. Hugh Lynn, he said, you can say whatever word you want. You say cherry blossom, M&M, peanut, whatever you want to say. Because what it is, whenever you say that word or you say that phrase, what you're doing is opening up the door and allowing spirit to come in and transmute that energy for you. Again, I learned it as, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. That's how I learned it, and that's how I would say it. So listening to Kate say just thank you, and she was real matter of fact about it. Just, whatever it is, just say thank you. It's like pressing a delete button. You don't have to feel it. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to do anything. Just say thank you, and it's like your command to allow spirit to come in and transmute that energy for you. So again, like I said, whenever I was doing it, I would start speaking to the situation or to the person, not out loud, but in my mind, speaking to it. And then as I continue to say it, because in my mind I need to say it a lot, then it's like the energy turned toward me, and it was almost like I was apologizing to myself. And then I did start feeling it, because I would and that's why the energy would change, because I would start feeling it and realize that I allowed something into my life that shouldn't be there. So I was basically apologizing to myself. Joe Vitale basically said the same thing that Kate said, except that he said that it's like we're cleaning. And she said the same thing, we're cleaning. But what he said is we're cleaning the programming from our subconscious mind. And the more we clean it, the more room there is in there for spirit to drop in inspiration. While we've got all these programmed memories and these programmed things that we're not even aware of, it's hard for spirit to drop in inspiration because we have too much junk. It's too cluttered up there. So the other thing is that, hang on, I forgot. Okay, I'm going to move on. I'll come back because spirit will remind me when it's time. So, Dr. Hugh Lynn, I listened to quite a few of his, they were very short, but little snippets of his lectures this afternoon. This is me, right? So he says, our body, right? We're here with a conscious mind. And the conscious mind is like the mom. And the subconscious mind is like the child. And there's no more important relationship between two people as a mother and a child. So that, for me, kind of related to what I was talking about the other day with Dr. Joseph Murphy. Dr. Joseph Murphy, he said the conscious mind is the captain of the ship and the subconscious mind is the engine crew, right? They can't see where you're going. They just follow the orders. And it's kind of the same thing with the mother and the child. The child can't make the decisions. They can only follow the orders, or they're at your mercy. They're at our mercy. The child is, right? So he said, and consider it as your inner child, because the subconscious mind holds the memory of every single thing that it's ever been subjected to. So the cellular memory, the cellular memory. So like whenever you were conceived, now this is me, this is not Dr. Hugh Lin, but I go deep in my mind. So whenever you were conceived, the sperm and the egg were cells of parts of your mom's and dad's DNA, right? So whenever they come together, you have the cellular memory from your dad and his ancestors, and the cellular memory from your mom and her ancestors. So we come in with all this memory stored back here in our subconscious mind. So that's why they talk about generational curses and things like that. It's not really curses. This is Cheryl talking, not any guru. It's not really curses. It's just stuff that we've come here with. And so the root chakra clearing stuff is important, right? Because it helps reverse some of that. But this cleaning that Dr. Hugh Lin talks about is where the conscious mind addresses the subconscious mind and says, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was there. Because whenever we have a feeling, right? Whenever we see somebody and have a feeling about them, especially if it's a negative feeling or a judgmental feeling or something like that, it's because there's something about us. I've talked about this already. There's something about us that we see in that person, either that we don't want to address, that we hate about ourselves, or that we didn't even know existed. So that's what the reaction is. It's you connecting with that you're not happy about. So whenever you're saying, I'm sorry, you're saying it to your subconscious mind. I'm sorry, because you're the master, right? You're the master of the ship. You're the captain of the ship. You're the mom protecting the kid back there. So I'm sorry, I didn't realize that was there. Please forgive me. Thank you, and I love you. And that gives them permission to release it. That's their safe word that they can release it, that they don't have to carry it anymore. That's kind of how it works according to what I understand listening to Dr. Hugh Lin. So, but it transmutes the energy. It removes it from your subconscious mind. And he said, you can use it for, like, go in and meet your subconscious inner child, this inner child. If we could walk around like this all day just to remember that little kid's back there. But it's like you go in and you meet, in your mind, you meet that inner child, your inner self, your soul, the purity of who we are. And just go into your mind and meet them and address them. And if you've never done inner child work before, say, hey, I didn't even realize you were here. It's nice to meet you, or whatever. But he says, you can scan your body. You can start, am I having headaches? And then you talk to the inner child about it. You say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you, and I love you. Giving them permission to release that. It's like you acknowledge it, and then you tell them you're sorry that it was there, that you carried it, that you allowed them to carry it or caused them to have to carry it, and that you thank them and love them for releasing it. And you go start with headaches, whatever else you have, whatever other issues we're having. He says that we can do that. Whenever I first understood about it, I understood about just releasing energy. So I'm excited there's a meditation on YouTube that for, I don't know, I think it's an hour or so. It says, I'm sorry, I love you, forgive me, and thank you. Or whatever it doesn't matter what order you say the words in. Again, like Kate said, you can just say thank you. And like Dr. Hugh Lynn said, you can say blueberry, raspberry, strawberry. It doesn't matter what you say. It's just that the word that you say allows your subconscious mind to release that programming, that it no longer has to be a part of you. And the reason that we have those feelings, the reason that we get those triggers, some of the triggers we're aware why they're here because something happened to us in our living, in our existence. But some of them, we don't know why we're so triggered by some things. But it's because of the cellular DNA that's passed. It's because of our ancestors and their ancestors and all the way down the line. Some say it's because of past lives. We carry all this stuff with us. So whenever we can release it, then it's like wiping that slate clean. And that is our ultimate goal, is to have that clean slate so that we can be constantly in communication with Spirit, so that our slate is open for Spirit to drop inspiration into, to guide us in the directions that our soul wants to go to begin with. So you don't have to know how to spell it. You can put Oponopono or Hopo-Ono and in Google and find, or in the YouTube search button, and find lectures on it, find meditations on it. Dr. Hugh Lynn is the one who went to the hospital, or that where all the criminally insane people were, and he emptied that ward in 4 years doing this. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. That's pretty powerful. And like I said, I've used it. I used it to transmute my own energy, but I've never used it for other things. That's what I was going to tell you earlier. He says you can use it like for, if you're having issues with finances, that's a generational memory program that you have, and you can release it. If you're having issues with relationships with people, certain people just rub you the wrong way, you can use it for that. There's some memory there that you guys share, or that is familiar to you, that you can just release. So that's my talk on Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono. It's a hard one because it's hard to say, but it's a good one because we don't have to know what it is. According to him, we don't have to go in and analyze and relive the trauma or any of that. Whatever those feelings are that boil up inside of us, or that bubble up inside of us that we're not comfortable with, whenever we meet someone or see something happen or whatever, we can release it just by saying to our subconscious, to our inner child, to the mom, the conscious mind, to the child, the subconscious mind, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, and thank you. So I hope you guys like to do homework. I think it's the most important thing is for you to go out there and look and find out more about it from people who really know about it. Again, I don't really know about it, but I know it works. I know it works, especially on an energy level, because I've had it. I have used it for that, but I'll be using it a whole lot more now that I've read more, listened more about it today. I wish I could remember that lady Kate's name. You know what? I want to find her name because she was fun to listen to. She's as cute as a button. And she is Argentinian. Let's see. Mabel Katz. I'm glad I looked it up. Mabel Katz. I don't know what's in Sam's uniform. And she's got a website, mabelkatz.com, K-A-T-Z. Mabel, M-A-B-E-L. So her name's not Kate. I apologize. I got the K-A-T right. Katz. Kate. But anyway, Mabel Katz. mabelkatz.com. Go check her out. She's an instructor for Ho'oponopono. She used to be a tax audit accountant. So anyway, Joe Vitale and Dr. Hugh Lynn, and that's H-E-W-L-E-N. Okay, in case there's something else Spirit wants to add, God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, I thank you so much for all the different tools that you give us, because Ho'oponopono is just another tool, right? It's just another tool. And it's going to resonate with some of you, and some of you it won't resonate with you. Some of you are going to think, oh, that's too simple. That couldn't possibly work. You don't have to try it. But if you do try it and you do notice some of you are going to say, yeah, I want to try that because that sounds easy. I can do that on the go. I can do it while I'm driving down the road. I can do it anytime. Because there's no ritual, there's no nothing. It's just words that you say, and it's like it releases the door for the subconscious to release the emotion or the old programming. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, thank you for all the tools that you give us, including tarot as a tool. Show us clearly what is the PS that goes along with the Ho'oponopono message. We thank you for clear and concise messages, love, light, and prosperity. Can't take it because I'm not finished praying. And we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. What is the PS? Look, be curious, right? This is the Page of Swords. He's real curious. He wants to know. He wants to increase his knowledge. Swords are about knowledge, not inspiration, knowledge, communication, truth, all that kind of stuff. And we all have different truths, right? Ho'oponopono works for me to transmute my energy. It works for me to be able to, like I said, I'll speak to the situation, and then the words are redirected at me because I realize that it's something that I brought into my own life. And that's the base theory for this, from what I can tell, is that we take 100% responsibility for our lives and the things that we bring into our lives. Just like this magician that I'm always talking about. We're always creating. Always. So be curious, like the Page of Swords. Go dig. Go dig. Google Ho'oponopono, however you say it. Ho'oponopono. That's not how you say it, but Google it. Google it or put it in the YouTube search engine. You'll find it. Look, the inner strength, y'all. Oh, wow. This card just gave me chills like all over the place, because whenever you go to chiropractic school, I think one of the first things you learn is the intelligence that created the body can heal the body, right? So all these things that we have going on within us, all from physical to mental to emotional, all of that stuff, there's ways for us to clear it. There's ways for us to clean it. And that's what they call Ho'oponopono, is cleaning. You're cleaning. So we have the strength within us. That's our God-given strength within us to use these tools to take care of ourselves. We don't need gurus. We don't need a mediator between us and God. We have a direct connection, right? We don't have to have anybody to give us permission to walk in our strength, because we were given this strength. It was created inside of us. The intelligence that created us lives inside of us. I heard somebody say one time, and I don't want to say the number of cells that we have because I'll be wrong, because I'm afraid I'll grossly undernumber it, but it's like every little cell is a little soldier, and they're waiting for our commands. And do you know that we shed and renew cells or atoms or something every 7 years? We have literally a whole new body, literally. But we carry the memory of the last elements on into the new body. We bring them with us, right? So this Ho'oponopono allows us to release that. So be curious. Know the strength of who you are and what your body really is, and what your mind really is. I don't know why I'm shuffling, but I'm shuffling before I take the next card. And it comes out 4 of Pentacles. So, and I love that I got this card, because you know, sometimes it's like we're waiting for permission. Look at this girl. Like, she's got this is not about money at all. I mean, I know in a money reading it is, but she's got a pentacle on her head. This is about earthly issues. She's got a pentacle on her head. She's got a lot of things on her mind, right? She's got pentacles under her feet. She's got places that she's been, places that she's traveled, but she's got this one over her heart, right? And she's got her head down. It's like she's waiting for permission. She's waiting for somebody to give her permission to go to the ball. She's waiting for somebody to give her permission to stand in her own strength. She's waiting for somebody to give her permission to speak to God. No. Y'all, you were born. You were created in the image of the Creator. He, she, it created you. Male, female, He created them in His own image, in their own image. Meaning that we have the ability to, the intelligence that created the body can heal the body. We have that ability. The body, the mind, and the spirit, we have that within us whenever we connect with the Creator. And nobody has to give us permission. You are under nobody's rule, nobody else's authority except your own when it comes to your relationship with the Creator. Nobody's better than you, smarter than you, anything like that. God's talking to us all the time, y'all. I'm telling you, God's talking to us all the time, and some of us, we walk around with our head down because we think, well, the pastor doesn't think I have a platform to talk on, or the pastor thinks that I can't be a leader in church because I smoke, or because I wear too much makeup, or whatever. You know, we put too much weight on what other people think. There's a scripture in the Bible that says God has every hair on your head numbered. That's how intimately your Creator knows you. Every single hair on your head is numbered. That's how intimately He knows you, or it knows you, or she knows you. Whatever you want to say, it doesn't matter. I don't think the Creator cares. But it does want to speak with us. And it does want a relationship with us. And it does want us to be curious enough to go find Him. And to know that you, in your own right, have the strength and the ability and the authority to speak with Him. You don't need anybody's permission. Not required. Look at that. The wands are about communication back and forth between you and Spirit. And look, when Spirit's communicating with you, Spirit's not going to say, you can't do that. Spirit's not going to tell you that. Spirit's going to tell you how to do it. If you have an idea about something, one of your friends says, oh, you can't do that. You tell them, I don't know who you are, but that idea didn't just drop in my head out of my butt. That comes straight from Spirit. So they're going to tell me how. Spirit's not going to tell you you can't. They're going to tell you how. I love you guys so much. Remember, your conscious mind is the mother of your subconscious mind, which is where, according to Dr. Hugh Lin, that's the relationship, mother-child. So whenever something comes up, release it by saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. Y'all all have a super duper evening. Bye.